What's good, everybody? I am the SKeLeTrust, and welcome back to yet another commentary. Today we're going to be talking about a game called Helltaker. This game was brought to my attention not too long ago, actually probably not even a week ago, by my good friend Shandiesel1000. And he said that the game was actually really good and that I need to give it a shot. At first I was a little on it because, well... Judging by the Steam reviews, it just seemed like it was going to be another hentai game, and I just wasn't interested. But he himself told me that it wasn't, and the reviews are basically just talking about the fanbase.
Kinda like FNAF and Undertale.
But anyway, that's besides the point. So because of that, I wanted to take his word for it, since he normally plays a lot of video games. Like, I mean a lot of video games. You've seen his collection, you know what I'm talking about. Anyway, irrelevant. So I decided to give it a look, and yeah, I actually really liked it. It was not at all what I thought it would be. So before we get into specifics of the game, let's start with the premise. You play as this macho guy named the Helltaker, who one day woke up with a dream about acquiring a harem of demon girls. But in order to do so, he would need to travel down to Hell itself. Yeah, basic premise, but it's actually quite a dream come true for some nerds. So with that being said, what do you do in Helltaker? Well, you solve puzzles, and the harder the puzzles get, the harder the girls are to score. So basically, what you do in this game is go through hell dungeons, and you try to beat up monsters or move any blocks that might stand in your way. However, the catch to this is, you can only do so many movements before hell decides to go on your ass. And for real, you're going to want to make sure your movement patterns are as perfect as you can possibly make them, because they're the only way you're going to solve these puzzles. And that's why I have to really commend the game developer vanripper for making these puzzles, because my god, they're hard to figure out. So good job on that, guys. But let's talk about the other part of the game now. You know, the part of the game that the majority of the fanbase seems to obsess over way too much.
Yep, I'm talking about the demon girls.
And yeah, every single one of these demon girls are pretty creative in their own way. And although a lot of the fanbase seems to think they're really sexy or attractive, well, to be perfectly honest with you, I actually found them a lot more humorous. To be more clear on what I'm talking about, let me just talk about some of them. First off, there's Justice, the awesome demon, who actually turns out to be blind and has a really cool 90s personality. And then there's Zidrada, the bitch demon. I think that one just speaks for itself. The name is just awesome, and it sums up the demon pretty well. Also, excuse me if I'm pronouncing some of these names wrong. I'm just not the best pronouncer in the world. Then we have Cerberus, the triple demon. Again, speaks for itself, but they're honestly really, really cute. Azazel, the curious angel, is not really even a demon. I don't even think she classifies as one. I'm pretty sure she just came down from heaven, all the way down to hell to see what it was like. And, yeah, she's a little bit of an odd case, considering she doesn't even kill you. She just indirectly sends you to heaven? It's really weird. Then we have everybody's favorite, which is Judgment, the High Prosecutor, who is basically the Sans of Helltaker. For one, she's the only boss in the entire game. A really hard one, mind you. But I think the real reason everybody likes her so much is because she has the,
big balloons on her chest.
I'm not even going to elaborate on that. Anyway, and last but not least, the one that really got me the most, though, was Lucifer, the CEO of Hell. I don't know what it was specifically, but something about seeing Lucifer act more seductive than violent is really refreshing to me. I know there are demon girls that I glossed over, but I just mentioned my favorites. And yeah, they're all really creative and unique. So, with that being said, what are the flaws of the game? Well, for one, it is ridiculously short. I mean, yeah, it's really hard, and it might take you a couple hours at best, but there are only 10 levels in the entire game. And once you beat those 10 levels, you've beaten the entirety of it. Well, the main game anyway. This game also has achievements. But to be honest, they're also ridiculously easy. I mean, once you've beaten the main game, you can just go back through the level select and just get them done. And I kid you not, but you want to know the funniest thing about my experience with the game? Is that it literally took me 69 minutes to beat all of it. I'm not kidding.
Exactly 69 minutes.
And that's why I'm never touching the game again, because that's just perfect. I'm just leaving it at that. It's very self-explanatory. And yes, there is a $10 DLC for this game, including a Helltaker art book and a pancake recipe. I have no idea what that's supposed to mean, but if you want to get it, and if you think $10 is worth it for that, be my guest. And yeah, with that being said, all in all, I actually really enjoyed this game much more than I thought I would, despite it being only
69 minutes long.
Of course, I recommend it. If you need time to waste, then yeah, play Helltaker. And if you also want good puzzles to solve, or ones that'll make your brain explode, this game will do a damn good job at doing that. Now, I can imagine some people asking this question. Are there any suggestive content in it? Is there any Rule 34 in it, like the fanbase is talking about? And I can tell you right now, no. In fact, I think the farthest it even went was just the big-ass boobs that Judgment had, and that's really it. There is nothing probably even remotely close to Rule 34 in that. So, even though, yeah, it's probably not for the youngest of audiences, it still doesn't cross the line in any boundary, really. And yeah, I really don't have much else to say. vanripper did a fantastic job on this game. And if he ever makes a follow-up to it, I'll probably play it. It's a really interesting universe. But yeah, I think that's all for today's commentary, so I want to thank you all for watching. If you guys enjoyed this, be sure to leave a like, and subscribe if you're new here. I make commentary such as these, Let's Plays, and other humorous content you might find actually funny or cringeworthy. Depending on your type, everybody's different. And thank you all one more time, and I will see you all in the next video. Sayonara. 60